Good evening, Lamai, and hi, Bhuvan. Today is the very first day we are going to start the level 1 English medium class. So your exam will be in January 2026, and we have another 4 months to go, nearly 4 months to go. So we have a lot of things to do and cover the syllabus and do the past papers and make sure you are through the exam. So before we are going to start the class, normally we do an introductory session and just to get you a brief understanding about the class and how it's happening and what are the benefits that you can enjoy after doing this while doing these AAT exams and what are the other courses that you can follow. So kind of a brief introductory sessions we are going to start today, and with that we can kick off the classes and the other lecturers are ready to start the classes from this week onwards. So moving forward, and just to give a brief understanding about our classes, how we are conducting the classes, basically we do online classes plus night classes. We do only night classes, so that would be very easy student to follow while you are doing the other works, and you can complete the other works daytime, and then you can join to the classes online. In the meantime, you can watch recordings anytime. The technology is in the era where we can easily watch the recordings. So we have a proper LMS system we have developed. So it's subject wise, chapters wise, you can watch the recording later on until you face the exam. And we are not going to delete any recordings. So that's a kind of a facility that you can enjoy, and until end of your exam you can watch the videos anytime. So I recommend you to join to the online class so you can cover the subjects time to time and continuously, and you can increase your knowledge, and then you can go for the exam. And the meantime, we have a few qualified chartered accountants also. They are joining for the classes, including myself. And we do online class and night class, and you can watch videos anytime. And we do the other courses as well, CMA and chartered, and kind of Excel, Microsoft Excel courses also, which is very essential for finance and accountancy oriented career. So we do that courses as well. So what are the things to know about AAT? So AAT is kind of a professional qualification. In our life, we can obtain, we can get two kind of qualification. One is academic qualification, we can call it education qualification as well, and the other one is professional qualification. So education qualifications are basically O level, A level, and degree, and then secondary degree, MBA, and doctorate. So all these qualifications are and diplomas, education qualifications. But when it comes to professional qualification, especially to become an accountant, so there are few professional qualification you can follow. So one is even just after the O level, you can start AAT. That's how you are here today. That's how you are here today. Now, AAT is a basic professional qualification where you can excel your and you can put your first step to your professional qualification. And in order to follow this AAT, there's a basic qualifications you should have. Otherwise, you can't register as a student in AAT exam. So these are the things that we are going to discuss today. Basic qualification. I pretty sure you have it. And another thing is the AAT registration we need to do basically to face an exam in AAT. So we need to register as a student. So I don't know whether you will have done it, but we'll see how it goes. And then what are the subjects you need to follow, and all three levels. So these are the few topics that I am going to touch upon today, and then we can move on the other areas as well. So first thing is basic qualification is if you pass O-level exam in Sri Lanka GCA O-level exam, then if you have 6S passes in at a one time, then you are eligible to register for the AT exam. And meantime, if you have done UK exam, Cambridge exam, and if you have passed with 5S, then that is again considered as a basic qualification for AT exam. And remember that we need to register as a student in AT before we do anything. So we can follow the classes, but there are few deadlines they have sets currently. So we need to register as a student, and then you can see here this kind of ID AT Institute will issue to you. So once you get registered with them. So basically, to become a student, we need to register with the AT Institute, and there are two ways we can register. One is there's an online option. So in the website, there's a menu called register. Then you can click there, and there are set of information we need to submit, and together with some of the information, and then you can make the online payment as well. And by doing so, we can register with the AT Institute, and then they will issue this particular ID. We call it student ID to you. That's the first option. Then the second option is you can visit AAT or AAT head office in Narayanpeta, and there are some other branches as well as some of the provinces. If you visit there, then you can get a student handbook by paying 100 rupees to them, and there we have an application to register. So that's a hard version of doing it. That's a traditional way of doing this, but why we should go for that? We have a good option called online. So in hard, when you submit the hard document, so hard application, so you need to register. You need to get some photos from the studios, and that there are certificates. And there are few certificates need to be submitted also. So those certificates we need to be verified from some of the people. So those procedures are out there in the online option. So easily we can register online and by taking a photo from your mobile also. That's the easy way. But here you need to pay. If you are students, school students, then you need to pay only 4,000. And for the other students, if you are not a school student right now, then we need to pay 4,500 to AT Institute, and then submit those informations together with those documents, and then you can get a registration done from AT. So currently AT Institute has offered a discount until 15th of September. So from this particular fee, you can get a 20% discount. That's a kind of a privilege they have offered to the students. So until 15th of September. It doesn't mean that you can't register after 15th September. You can, but you won't be able to entail. You won't be able to get 20% discount out of this fee. Now, if you look at if you are a student following school right now, so 20% out of 4,000 is going to be just you can reduce 800 rupees. You can save your 800 rupees, and then you by paying 3,200 you can get your registration done. And other students, 20% out of 4,500 is going to be 900 rupees. Then you can pay 3,600 to AT Institute and then get the registration done. So if you are not a registered student as of today, then it's better to register before 15th of September and get this 20% discount. So how we are going to do that? I will drop you a video into the group so that you can easily refer that video, and I'm just explaining it A to Z how things need to be done. And if you follow the video, then easily you can get the registration done. And moving. And if you move to the other topic, basically subjects. So what are the subjects that you need to follow in all three levels in AAT? And as a beginner, we are starting level 1 here, and we call it level 1, 101, 102, 103, 104. There are 4 subjects you need to follow, and each and every level also we have 4 subjects. So this is organized in a manner. Now this, if you start from 101 here, so 101 financial accounting, this is the basics knowledge of financial accounting. We are going to learn from A to Z what is accounting, and you don't need to know anything about accounting here because we are learning from the beginning, from the scratch. And then the second 0 in the second level, the same subjects, and up to third level also it will continue as accounting. The name is different, but it's more towards all accounting. And the second 102, you have a business mathematics and static subject. We call it BMS subject. BMS, business management and statics. So there you need to learn about how maths can be used in the business decisions making. So there are few we call it equations. Those there are few lessons that you have already learned in all level, but here you can use the same knowledge to smooth your decision making process in the business. And in third subject, so now if you look at 102 and 202, these are two different subjects. Not like accounting. Accounting is advancing in each stages. But they are in 102 and 202 and 302 subjects are different subjects. It doesn't correlate to the other ones, but these are different subjects you need to know and you need to have the knowledge. So when you are going for a professional qualification and professional job. And the same like 102 subjects, business mathematics, we call it BMS, even economic, 103 subjects, and the other 203 and 303 are, all these subjects are not correlated, but these are different subjects that you need to know to become a member of the AAT Institute. And 104 business environment. This is typically correlate to 204 as well. This kind of advanced to 204 is advanced from 101 subject, but 304 is a taxation, which is different subject, and it doesn't correlate with the other pillars as well. Now, simply, there are 4 subjects you need to learn. First one is accounting subjects, where we start from the beginning, and business maths, and economics, and business environment. So these are the basic subject, fundamental subjects you need to learn. You are going to learn in level 1. And let's assume that you complete your level 1, level 2, and level 3. So AAT Institute conduct all these exams 2 times per year. So one is in January and the other one is July. And you can apply anytime and do your exams. The exam will be a physical exam, even though you are going to learn the subjects and the course in online. And so once you complete all 3 levels, so you can get a certificate called Pass Finalist Certificates. You can see in the purple color, Diploma in Accounting and Business. So you can get that certificate from AAT Institute. And then now why you are doing this AAT is to become a professional member. So when you can get the professional membership from this AAT Institute, we call him AAT member. When you become a member, then you will get a designation called MAAT, member of AAT. So to become an AAT member, by passing these all three level is not enough. You need to complete. There are two things. One is, so they are requesting a professional training of a 1 year. So either you have to go for a work, and while you are working, then you can complete the training. Or else, if you have done a job right now, you can provide a service letter to AT Institute, and then they will do a small interview, and then you can complete your 1 year training. Basically, just giving a service letter from the particular organization that you have worked. And plus, you need to do there's a workshop called Peoples and Leadership Skill. That's not a big deal. Small workshop that you need to attend to that workshop as well. And then you can be a member of AAT. So what is the difference between academic and professional qualification is academic qualification, or we can call it education qualification, they gives you a just traditional way of learning only. They feed you the subjects, but in the professional qualification, we feed you the subjects, knowledge, plus they need to get the qualification, experience as well. So when you have the knowledge, when you have the subjects plus experience, then that's a mature person to work in a business environment. So that's why it's coupled with experience always. So to become a professional accountant, you need to have the qualifications and the knowledge plus competent level of experience. So if you have experience and knowledge and the competency, then that person is ready to take a part of the business environment. And meantime, you need to remember, Puta, now we have another talent subject called business communication. So once you complete your level 1, you can complete business. You can basically apply for business communication even in the level 2 while you are doing the level 2, or even in the level 3. And to complete this diploma in accountancy business, or to get the past final year certificates, you need to complete this talent subject as a basically English subject need to be complete. So when you can do this, you can do only once you complete the level 1, either in level 2 or level 3, you can do this business communication subject, right? Is that clear? Is there anything that you need to clarify? Okay, we'll move on. And here you can see just small picture. We can only see a short distance. We can't see the far away, but you can see the short distance here. You can go, but we can see only a short distance ahead, but we can see plenty there that need to be done. We can do, but now in this stage you won't see that. But there are a lot of opportunities you can get while completing AAT and these professional qualifications. And when you become a member of this AAT Institute, and then you can start the other professional qualification like Chartered, CMA. Those are Sri Lankan professional qualification where you can advance your accountancy career, right? And there are a lot of opportunities available. We'll touch upon in the next slide. And this is the pathway to be a member. This is a pathway you need to follow. Let me move aside from now. So basically here, now we are here in the first stage, applying for the registration. So we need to apply for the registration. As I explained, we need to be registered with AAT Institute. Then only we can face for the exam. And the second thing is sitting for A-level exam, AAT examination. So there are 3 levels. So basically we can complete within 1.5 years. and then a past finalist of AT Sri Lanka. You can be a past finalist, and you are now ready to get the membership. But to get the membership, we need to have two things. We need to do two things. One is 1 year professional qualification need to be complete. Second thing is to attend to the people and leadership skill workshop. PLS workshop we call it, and then easily you can get the membership, and then you can use this designation member of AD whenever you write your name and position in somewhere. You can use this member of AD designation. And once you become a member of AD, or once you complete your exam in the third stage, you can see when you become the past finalist, there are a lot of opportunities. Now it's open. Basically, AIT Institute has discussed with the other professional bodies, professional institutes, and they agree to offer some exemptions. For example, if you move from AIT, once you complete the AIT, if you move from AIT to few Sri Lankan exams, like to become a chartered qualified accountant, like me, to become a chartered qualified accountant, we call it CA Sri Lanka. When you apply for the CA Sri Lanka, you can get some exemptions. You don't need to follow everything. Maybe let's say for example, level 1 we can get the exemption from CA Sri Lanka, and then you need to complete level 2 and level 3. And there's another professional qualification in Sri Lanka, we call it CMA Sri Lanka. To become a professional accountant, there are another two advanced accountancy qualifications. One is CA Sri Lanka, and the second one is CMA Sri Lanka. CMA Sri Lanka we call it, CMA stand for Certified Management Accountant of Sri Lanka. That is specialized for management accountant. CA Sri Lanka is a qualification where you can be an expert in everywhere. That is a licensed account, basically, to sign annual report, to have our own audit firm, to sign in the accounts. So for that you need to have this CA Sri Lanka qualification. Those are the two qualifications you can get once you complete your AD exam. But whenever you join to these qualifications, you can get some exemptions. Like for example, in CMA Sri Lanka, they offered you first level is free. You don't need to follow. In the second level, you need to follow only 2 subjects, because you have followed those subjects in AAT, and the AAT Institute and CMA Institute has agreed. Now, Prate has already agreed and created. So you can join to level 2 in CMA Sri Lanka and then complete 2 subjects. Then you can complete all 2 subjects in CMA Sri Lanka. And there are another 2 levels to be completed. There are 4 levels in CMA. So 2 is complete, and then other 2 need to be completed. Once you complete those 2 subjects, and then again you need to complete 3 years of experience to become a CMA member. That's what told you. When it comes to professional qualification, it just not passing through the exam and adding qualification plus experience as well. Then only that's a competency comes into the person. So he's ready to take a part of the organization and leadership of the organization. And same like CA Sri Lanka, when you join to CA Sri Lanka, currently negotiation is underway. Basically, CA Sri Lanka has launched a new syllabus, and the AT Sri Lanka also going to launch a new syllabus in next exam, basically, which is going to be happening in July 2026. But these two organizations basically now in the discussion process and finalizing which level we can get the exemption for AD. but this is not finalized yet, so I can't comment. But we are expecting at least level one. Now in CA exam, we have earlier we had 4 levels, same like CMA Sri Lanka, but now in CA exam in the new syllabus we have only 3 levels. So we are expecting at least level one to get an exemption, and then we can easily going through the other 2 levels to become a qualified chartered accountant. So why we need to follow this professional qualification? Because now if you do a degree, let's just assume how many number of students has completed their degrees. It's a lot. If you look at the Sri Lanka, I can't exactly give a number, but there are a lot of people they have good degrees. But how many students has become a member of AAT? Currently only 40,000. How many students has become a CMA Sri Lanka member? It's just only below 3,000, because CMA Sri Lanka is not a law, because it was established in somewhere in 2008, not like Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is about 60-year historical organization. So that's what we can't see a lot of members, but in CMA Sri Lanka also currently it's nearly 3,000. But in CA Sri Lanka we have only 8,000. So when you become a member, you will park in a majority in a society organization where very limited number of people are available. So that you have a lot of demand. So when it comes to organization, let's say for example, now local PLC. Now when they wants to hire someone to lead the accounting role, accountants department, finance department, they prefer to have a person who has the membership. Like me, I am currently working in a apparel business, having 3 apparel factories in across the world, across the Sri Lanka, not in the world, but in Sri Lanka, and I am heading as a group financial control. So why I got that opportunity? I am the leading role. I am playing the leading role of the organization. I am managing entire finance. I am the money man. So why they have given me that opportunity? Because I got that qualification and the experience. And for that, they ready to pay me a good package and giving a vehicle, fuel, and the other benefits, and giving a good package as well. To get that, why I got that opportunity, those benefits, because I became a person of a small society. So when you compare to the population of the country, the number of qualified chartered accountants are very minimal. So we have a demand. So that's why we need to follow the professional qualifications. So even to complete the degree, you won't be able to get a accountancy role in the organization. You won't be able to get the finance manager role. You won't be able to get the group financial controller role. You can't be the finance director of the role. So now in this now even in our earlier stage, when you are doing the AAT examination, when I am following the examination, so basically my intention was to become accountant, but accountant is a very junior role. But beyond that, there are a lot of accountancy roles. Become a finance director, you can become a CEO of the organization as well. Because to become a CEO of the organization, to have the finance knowledge is very, very important. Very, very. There are a lot of opportunities, Lamai. You need to complete the exam. So when you complete the AAT, you can get basically exemption from all professional examinations. Not only Sri Lanka and CMA Sri Lanka. Those are 2 exams you can follow in Sri Lanka. But What about the other courses like UK exam? Same like CMA Sri Lanka, there's a respective exam, we call it CIMA. Same like CA Sri Lanka, there's a UK exam called ACCA. Same like CA Sri Lanka, ACCA, there is a exam called Australia, IPA Australia. And there's another one called CPA as well. CPA is for Australia and Canada. There's a lot of demand for CPA and Canada and Australia examination if you are going for an overseas job, right? But whatever you are going to start, you can get a exemption from those courses because you have already completed your AT examination. Not only that, if you are going to start let's say you need to do a master degree, then you have opportunity. With the AT, you can complete in the AT business. There's a business school. There you can complete your higher diploma, and there's a degree as well. So with that, you can go to the masters as well. And even there are a lot of I basically shared the student handbook. You can go through the student handbook, and then you can get a better understanding about what are the benefits that you can get by completing AT examination. And let's move to the subjects. And first subject is financial accounting, where you are going to learn about accounting fundamentals from the beginning, from A to Z. So you don't, as I said, you don't need to have a basic understanding, basic knowledge. This is you are going to start from the beginning. There you have basically 6 chapters. The first chapter is Introduction to Accounting, where you are going to learn about how accountancy was come to the business area, and who found this, who invented this, and what does it mean by accounting. So basic understanding you can get. So weightage in the exams they have given us 5 marks. Now if you look at the other thing is these are the it is a structured exam where you have topics, few chapters, and there is a parallel weightage they have already mentioned in their syllabus. And the same manner, when you go for the exam, in the exam paper also, they have given the same weightage. So that's why we call it structured exam, not like A level or O level. Those are not structured exams. So they can ask any question from any areas and not to restrict to any particular areas and giving particular marks. But in structured exam like AAT, CMA Sri Lanka and Chartered, so those are structured exam for those topics. So predetermined weightage has been given. So based on that only they are going to test in the exam as well, right? So introduction to accounting, there's a five marks has been allocated, and then second chapter is counting equations. You know what is equation? So we are going to learn about kind of a equation in accounting as well, and then more importantly, what is double entry system? What is double entry? Hara and Bera and debit and credit. What does it mean? Debit and credit, and what are the accounting concepts. So there you can see there are a lot of weightage has been given in this chapter 2 and chapter 3 and chapter 4 as well. So those are the main topics that we need to focus on. And third chapter is prime entry books. So basically now if you look at small boutique shop, what they are doing when they do a small sale, so they record in that book. It's the same concept in here. In chapter 3, basically each and every business need to have a set of books. to record these transactions, just to record. So they record these transactions in these primary books. Accounting is very easy, and you will see on if any transaction happen in the organization, we can classify into 7 categories, and then we need to have 7 primary books, and then we have only 5 ledger accounts to put debit and credit. We have only debit and credit, that's it, and 5 major ledger accounts. So we will discuss it later on. And then how to prepare financial statement. So because in the accounting process, end of the day, our purpose is to know what is the profit. So anybody who is running the business, who has the interest over the business, is the main criteria is to know the profit. That's a very sensitive information. That's a very crucial information. If the business is making profit, then we are happy. If it is making losses, we are not happy. So that's why profit and loss is very sensitive and critical information to the people who are interested over the business, right? So we need to prepare those uh, financial statements where you will see the profit and you will see the financial position, how healthy the business is, right? So how healthy the business is, we can see from the financial position, how healthy you are in term of finance. It's depend. If you have more cash in your hand, and in term of in the bank or even in your cash hand, then you are very healthy. Anything that is requested from the other party, let's say from the creditor, you have taken something, you have borrowed something, then you can immediately pay that because you are very healthy. But your business is not in that position to pay off your creditors to the people to whom you need to pay. If you don't have the money, if you don't have money to pay your electricity bill, if you don't have money to pay your water bill, if you don't have money to pay your wages and salaries to the employees, then you can't run the business. So for that, we need to see the financial position, how healthy the business is, how healthy you are. That we can see from the statement of financial position. So here we prepare 2 financial statements. One is to see the profit. We prepare a profit and loss statement. We call it income statement. 2 statements. The other statement is to see the financial position, how healthy the business is. We prepare a statement called statement of financial position. So those are the 2 statements that we need to prepare. Then we can take decisions. Why we need to do the accounting process? Because when you do the accounting process, only we can take decision based on those information about the business. If you are making profit and if you have a good profit, let's say for example, when you see the profit of the organization, last year it was 5 million. When you say 5 million, you might start thinking like it's good, it's good, it's a good organization. But when you put the statement like this, let's see whether you are in the same position. So you have made a profit of 5 million in this year, but whereas you have made a profit last year 10 million. Now you are start thinking, what the hell? What was happened to this business? Last year it was 10 million. Now it become 5 million. Something wrong. We are expecting an increase. No, we are expecting an increase, but in this particular scenario, this has reduced. Now you have started thinking about the business, where we went wrong. Then you dig into the financial statement, see where have we spent more salaries, have we spent more electricities, have we spent more on purchases, Now, whether our distribution channel has to be changed, need to be changed. Have we taken more borrowings where we need to pay more interest? You are going to start thinking about your business model and take necessary decisions to turn around the business. Make the business again more profitable. Let me add something else also. When you see the other business started same like you, the last year they had 8 million profit, whereas we had 10 million profit. We were in good position compared to the other organization. They had 8 million, we had 10 million, but our portion has reduced to 5 million. But whereas their profit has increased to 15 million. Oh my God, something wrong with our business model. Now we need to rethink and redesign our structure and understand where we went wrong, and then we can take decision based on that. So that's why we need badly these financial statement. Then we need this financial statement, or we need the accounting process to make decisions. Based on that, we can take informed decision. Why I call it informed decision? Because from the data and the information, from those data and information, we know what has happened. Then we can take decision to turn around things. That's why we call it informed decisions. Sometimes we take decisions without knowing any data. That is uninformed decisions. You take that decision hypothetically with a presumption, right? Okay, then another two areas we need to discuss. One is a bank reconciliation statement. This is very, very important. I always say this is a Montessori Veda. We just compare whatever transaction we have done with the bank, whether those are recorded in our organization. We need to see that. So for that, we do a small comparison with the bank and our books, whether we have recorded everything correctly. So for that, we do a bank reconciliation. That is a primary control, primary thing each and every organization need to do. Right? Monthly, we need to do a bank reconciliation for all bank accounts. For all bank accounts. And there's small topics we need to discuss. We call it computerized environment and importance of being ethical. So when you become a accountant, we need to be a very ethical person. Be very ethical person, because it's a something that we need to be maintained to develop our profession, right? To profession. Otherwise, people don't believe us, right? If we are not ethical, they are not going to trust our numbers, because we are the people who are going to calculate the profit, calculate the financial position. When you give it to someone else, they don't start believing otherwise. So we need to be very ethical, whatever we are doing. Okay, with that, you can see we need to basically focus on level chapter 2, chapter 3, and chapter 4, where almost it covers your syllabus. And moving on to the other subjects, business, mathematics, and statistics. So where I'm not going to touch upon each and every area, because our expert is on our way to conduct the classes. So basically, he will start with uh, going through the syllabus in the first place, right? So basically, these are the chapters we are going to. Our lecture is going to discuss with you: basic mathematics for business and financial mathematics. We call it Mulle Ganite, and 3 financial operative measures for business. Maybe when I say this, you don't understand, but when you start, you can easily understand this. And data presentation and descriptive measures. And fifth, comparing two quantitative variables. And probability, you have already learned about probability in when you are doing O levels, and there its applications. And index and forecasting as well. So basically, this is how the 100 marks have been allocated in your subjects. So based on that, exam paper will be tested. And the other subject, 103, economics. Economics is a very interesting subject where we are in a very downward and being a non-developing country. So we can see practically these concepts are being applied right now. So this is a very practical subject. So you can learn from our lecturer. So first topic is economic concept, basic concept of the economic, and then especially demand and supply. Where when you have the demand and supply, so equilibrium, basically the price will be determined. So price is determined from the market demand and supply. So that is where you are going to discuss that topic, market behavior. And then production process and costing, where there are a few different markets, monopoly markets, competitive markets, like there are few markets you can learn. And then national accounting, how government do the accounting. Here we can see what is government income, what is government expenses, what is the budget, government budget, and how do they manage the budget. And fifth, financial system, and where we can find the money, capital market. So those are basically we can discuss in these topics. And seventh, international trades, and the last one, economic growth and development. So with that, your 100 marks will be covered, and we'll move to next topic, 104, business environment, where you can learn about the business and its environment. The first of all, the first topic is concept of the business, what is a business, and what are the different type of business organization available. And business, what is the business environment? If the environment is doesn't exist, we don't have a business also. එනිසා මේ business environment we need to learn what are the business environment, what is the component of the business environment, what is internal environment, what is external environment, why we need to be very keen with external and internal environment. So those areas you can touch upon. And chapter 3, supportive services to business. Without supportive services like communication, transportation, banking, and finance, we can run the business. And what is trade in the business organization? What is international trade? What is Sri Lankan local trade? So we can learn from that topic. And what are the influences from the government for the businesses? And what is SME? SME is the backbone of the economy. SME කියලා කියන්නේ small medium enterprises. Majority of the businesses of the economy is SMEs. That's why we call it backbone of the economy. And seventh, contribution to entrepreneurships. So how to become entrepreneurship? You don't need to always to be a job worker, but you can start a business and give more jobs to the other people. So we need to basically we need to develop entrepreneur also. And last one is a financial market in Sri Lanka. The same basically in the econ also you can see financial system here. Same market we need to discuss in business environment as well. So basically these are the subjects Puta, we are going to discuss. So now how we are going to do, basically this business environment subject. Now remember we have only 4 months to go, so we need to complete the syllabus plus do the past papers as well. So our strategy is going to be, now business environment basically we have done all recordings. So I will give you all full subjects to you, business environment. So you can start going through all syllabus, all subjects, and then we can do easily past papers. And other three subjects we are going to do in online in night class. So you can gradually cover your syllabus. And if you want me to do the online session for the business environment also, I can do. Basically, I can play the recording at a given time slot if you really need it. Otherwise, I can give business environment full subjects at a one go. Then you can study before the exam in advance, right? Mm. And small thing, if you can't fly, then we need to run. If you can't run, basically we need to walk. If you can't walk, at least then you need to crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving. So this is the statement from Martin Luther King. So basically it talks about we need to do something. So always better to do something rather not doing anything, right? Doing something is better than nothing. Is something. ඒ වගේ statement එකකුත් තියෙනවානේ. So we need to do something and we have to keep moving. So when you start the AAT, then we will complete in January, and then the next day itself we are going to start the level 2 also. Then you need to sit, you need to start that level. Then you know when the next exam is going to be. July 2026 is the next exam, level 2. And then January 2027 is level 3. Then you know what is the timeline you are going to complete level 3. And with that, you can decide what are you going to do. Whether you are going to start CMA Sri Lanka, whether you are going to start CA Sri Lanka, you can plan. So you need to have a small dream. What are you going to do for next 2 to 3 years? Right? I don't know whether you are aware. Now we got a very youngest chartered accountant of CA Sri Lanka history very recently. Name is Yamit. His age is 18 years. He has completed all examinations. He has started AAT and then completed AAT and then moved to CA Sri Lanka. He completed level 2, level 3, level 4. He has already completed all levels. All levels he has completed and he became a fast finalist. Within 18 years, he is currently 18 years. So that is the era where we are discussing right now. So now technology has supported us, helping us to develop our skills, qualifications, and we don't need to be very in a society where standalone. So there are a lot of opportunities. You can see a lot of online sources. You can get the knowledge. So whatever you do, what you need to do is you don't need to stop at any point. You need to continue doing everything, right? That's what it says. Now with that note, so I am going to stop the class today and I will share the timetable. Basically we are going to start the classes at 7:30. So basically from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Those are the 4 subjects, so we can easily remember. So I will let you know what are the subjects on each day we are going to conduct, and with that, we can follow the course. Now, in the meantime, we have a separate LMS system we have developed. So as you can see, each and every subject here. So we have developed all chapters in this way. So you can easily click the chapter and see the video. And there you can download your tunes also. And meantime, we are sharing the tunes in our WhatsApp group as well. So make sure you get the printout. So I will share the tunes as well. And then we can continue the classes. So I think you have a small understanding about the AAT and about our class and how things need to be done. So if you have any questions, so this is your turn. So you can get the clarification. If not, we can wind up the session for the today.